Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Once again, we will be exploring true horror stories taken directly from various Reddit pages. For those who are new to the channel, I will be adding software to my voice to make it a little scarier, so don't be confused when I sound a little different. If you guys enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe, it really does help the channel grow. Without further ado, let's get started.
My mother cooks with poison. My mom is trying to kill me. It started small. A dizzy spell after dinner, nausea curling my stomach. But soon, a single bite could flood my mouth with bitterness. It didn't take long to realize food was the problem. So I started being careful, skipping creamy sauces and mom's famous buttery potatoes, eating mostly fresh produce, more likely to be safe. But it kept getting worse, and my mom's hatred deepened. "Have some sauce, sweetie," she'd say, sickly sweet, slopping it on my plate. Her eyes too bright, she was waiting for something, waiting for her win. I'm not stupid. I know she's trying to make me sick. I'd subtly pick at my food, swipe it into a tissue. Mom would always notice, watching like a hawk. At first, I thought it was all in my head, that I was dramatic. But then I'd vomit, nausea swooping in. My stomach stretched, burning. Oh no, it isn't my mind playing tricks. Hands shaking as I cut my dinner, stomach churning. I knew evil was lurking. The more I ate, the worse everything got, my body rejecting her food. Why is Mom doing this? I'd cry into my hands, but I knew the truth. She hates me. I haven't eaten for days. I have to protect myself. But Mom's cooking meal after meal, trying to force it down my gob. I sit, lasagna on my lap. I'm shaking too hard to grasp the fork. I don't even want to eat. I can't bear to feel the burn in my chest, stomach twisting into knots. Mom's cooking is simply unsafe. "I made cheesecake," Mom's back. "Your favorite." "I'm not eating it," I scream, throat catching. "I know what you're doing." "Please, baby, you need to eat, you'll make yourself sick." Her voice is thick. I watch Mom from my bed, tears forming. She's going to kill me. Dad touches her arm tentatively. "Honey, maybe we should just stop." "Yes, listen to him. Leave me alone." Mom slaps Dad across the face. Tears sting his eyes. Mom glares at him with pure loathing, but it's me she hates. "Don't you dare say that!" She spits, a ball of hot rage. Dad's properly crying now. Why can't he do more? Mom leaves only to come back an hour later. She holds a yogurt bowl. "Eat it," she orders. No negotiation. "You can't make me," I sob. "I know what you're doing." "I need you to eat," Mom screams in my face. She grabs my arm, nails digging into my flesh. Heart racing, hands fluttering, I'm in hysterics now. Chest pounding, I can't breathe. I'm gulping for air. "I can't," I scream straight back. "You're trying to kill me." "Baby," Mom gasps. "You're going to kill yourself." She looks at Dad. He's sobbing. "How did we let this happen?" she whispers. "How did we let her anorexia win?" I found a phone, and I saw terrifying things. For the past few days, I've had this unshakable feeling of being watched, constantly. Don't get me wrong, I checked everything, and nothing seemed out of place. But the feeling won't leave me alone. There's nothing wrong with my mental state. I'll break it down for you. I've always been athletic, ever since school. Even though I graduated college years ago, I kept my workout routine solid to maintain my health and discipline. Running is my go-to exercise, mainly because I love it, but also because gym memberships are ridiculously expensive. There's this park where I train every day. It's small, but I like it. Being outdoors gives me some quiet, some peace. Time to clear my head. But there's a downside. It's an old park, built decades ago, and sometimes the lights go out. When that happens, I either cancel my run or find somewhere else to go. Back to my story. I had just finished my run and was walking towards the park entrance. It was late, 8:43 p.m. I don't know if time is important, but I feel like I should mention everything. If something happens to me, I want you to have all the details. That night, the park was empty. It's never empty. Usually there are people walking their dogs, riding bikes, just hanging around, but not that night. Just me, the benches, and the lampposts lining the path. As I slowed my pace, something hit my shoe. I looked down and saw it. A phone. Not a smartphone, but one of those old ones with a tiny screen and a keyboard. I picked it up. Maybe I could find the owner's info and return it. But as I scrolled through the menu, a notification popped up. I clicked it without thinking. My stomach dropped. It was a picture of me. Took from my back, someone had sent it to this phone. The number was hidden. How? Before I could react, I heard something behind me. A whistle. 3 sharp, high notes. It pierced through the silence and sent a chill down my spine. My heart stopped. My brain screamed one word: run. I bolted, full speed. I glanced back once. There was nothing, no one. And yet, there was. I can't explain it. I saw something. A figure. Tall. Too tall. Dressed in black, standing by the bushes, watching me from a neighbor's yard. But it wasn't human. The shape was human, but the proportions were wrong. The head was too long, stretched vertically, 3 times the length of a normal person's skull. The arms were ridiculously thin and long. Maybe I was dizzy from running, but I swear, it was real. It was staring at me, but with no eyes at all. Just 2 hollow cavities looking at me. I sprinted all the way home. 14 minutes. I barely remember getting inside, locking the door, and collapsing onto the couch. And the phone? I brought it with me. Biggest mistake of my life. I told myself I wouldn't touch it again unless someone called. Maybe I could return it and be done with these weird stuff. I showered, went to bed, passed out immediately from exhaustion. Everything was fine. Until a noise woke me up. Glass shattering. From the kitchen. I flinched, heart racing. I don't have pets, no kids around. My neighbors are all old. No one should be in my house. I got up, slowly. The floor creaked under my steps. Then, the whistle. Same 3 notes. Lower this time. The sound grew louder with every step I took until by the 9th step, it stopped, replaced by breathing. From inside the walls. I froze. My own breath caught in my throat. The breathing went on for 30 long seconds. Then, a whisper. From the next room. When I finally stepped into the kitchen, nothing was broken. Just a plate, sitting in the middle of the counter. I stared at it, confused, too tired to care. I went back to bed. The next morning it was still there. I put it away. Weird, but harmless. Then it happened again. The next morning. The same plate. Same spot. Then again. By the 3rd day, I started to feel sick. Like something was wrong with me. Like I was being pulled into something I couldn't escape. Then May 17th happened. That night, the phone rang. I picked it up. Silence. 30 seconds. Then, a cough. And a voice. Low. Raspy. "Andrew, I see you." My blood turned to ice. I hung up. How come he knows my name? Hands shaking, heart pounding. I stared at the phone, willing it to disappear. Then my own phone buzzed. A notification. A photo. Taken from the top corner of my room. Like a security camera shot. I could see myself lying in bed staring at my phone. I looked up. Nothing was there. Then, another notification. A text. "Like what you see," I screamed. Called 911. The cops came, searched my house. Nothing. They stayed all night. I didn't feel safe, even with them there. Morning came. The plate was back. But this time, there was something written on it. A number, drawn in dark red ink, or something else. I scrubbed it. But as the water hit the plate, I realized it wasn't ink. It was blood. The next day, another plate, another number. It was different though. It was written with human nails. Then 4. That time the nails were swapped with eyes. Human eyes. Then 3. No numbers anymore, but organs. Fresh. Moving. As if they'd been ripped out seconds before. By then I was getting photos of myself sleeping. Every night. Then day 2 came. The plate disappeared. I received a call. I picked up. The voice whispered. 2. Then a message. A photo. I opened it. A human face. Cautiously peeled off from a head. I ran, left my house, booked a hotel. I'm here now, writing this. It's 9:21 p.m. I can't do this anymore. Tomorrow is day 1. I know what's coming. If you see me on the news, know this. Never pick up a phone from the street.